Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the SlapDash podcast. I'm your host of the most. I'm currently eating Captain Crunch, joined by my co-host today. That was a nice belch.
Oh yeah, it tasted weird because I drank water after drinking Coke, so it's like a weird watered down burp.
When he says Coke, he means cocaine.
Yeah, I did a line right before this.
No, he drank that shit. He powdered it like
Snort,
W Energy.
snorted off a hooker's ass, bro.
What the? All right. Anyway, segueing from that, since I am the host of this episode, there's a specific topic that I want to talk about today.
Please be something I know about. Please be something I know about.
Well, I'm pretty sure you know about this. Pokemon.
Yeah, I got no. I have a little clue. I have basic knowledge.
No knowledge about Pokemon at all.
I only know some Pokemon and that's about it.
Well, I want to touch on this mainly because, well, for one thing, Nintendo just announced a new Pokemon game that they're going to release.
Yeah, I saw that on Instagram. Kind of hard to avoid it.
Pokemon Legends ZA. It's ZA as in a Pokemon Legends version of X and Y. And seeing that, I'm actually really excited because they're, oh, for one, obviously a completely new Pokemon game, new starters. They're reintroducing Mega Evolutions after taking them out for a while.
That sounds interesting. Okay, so I watched some of the Pokemon animes, like Pokemon X. No, so it was it was like the Pokemon X, Y, and Z series.
That's a good one. Hold on a second.
While as we were waiting for a host to come back, um, I got nothing because I'm not hosting the episode, so I got nothing. Just want to chill here in silence until he comes back. Hello, we're taking a little break in this video to show you our new sponsor for our channel, Dubby. Say hello to our sponsor, Dubby, an up-and-coming energy drink that uses no maltodextrin filters or artificial dyes and is packed with amino acids.
Nootropic and nootropic and 150 milligram of caffeine per serving, as well as having zero sugar and is completely gluten free.
Check it out at www.dubby.gg and use our code SlapDash for 10% off and to support our little channel here. It would be greatly appreciated.
Thank you very much, Debbie, for sponsoring our tiny little and up and coming channel. Thank you all for coming back on the channel of Slapdash, and I hope you all enjoy the rest of it. Thank you very much.
Alrighty, then I'm back.
All right.
Thank you. So, like I was saying, the new, really excited for that. I haven't played, I haven't really played a lot of Pokemon games in recent time, mainly because Nintendo loves to jack up the price of their video games.
A lot of them are now just copy paste.
Huh?
A lot of them are also kind of copy paste.
Yeah, some of them, yeah.
From what I've seen, at least.
Not all of them, though. I mean, Pokemon games in recent times, I mean, they're really good. And of course, it's a bit hard to change, like, say, the gameplay and functionality of a Pokemon game, like catch Pokemon, battle Pokemon, go to gyms. It is a bit hard to change the whole functionality of that besides going from 2D to 3D.
Just a fucking Pokemon battle royale.
Well, there was a Pokemon fighting game at one point, so
Yeah, that makes sense.
it's a pretty cool, pretty
Sorry.
good game too. So they could bring that back if they want to, of course. And from what I can tell, Pokemon themselves, as in the creators, at Nintendo, they did for some reason they removed Mega Evolutions for a while because they didn't like them.
Hmm.
Mainly because, funny enough, Mega Evolutions were uh, created by fans, more or less. Could
Well,
you believe?
that makes a lot of sense actually.
But here's what.
It sounds like a fan made concept. Just the
But
word like
here's the.
Mega Evolution. Sorry, go
Yeah,
ahead.
but here's the thing that's funny about that. Considering that's a fan idea that Nintendo profited off of, and then they just sue anyone for trying to make fan-made games about Pokemon. Don't you see that as a bit, stupid?
Well, it's Nintendo we're talking about, so is anyone really surprised by that?
Well, they are pretty much the Disney of gaming.
Yeah, hell, even Disney is the Disney of gaming sometimes.
Greedy sons of bitches, I gotta tell you. They think just because they slap a picture of an Italian plumber on a video game, they think I'm gonna buy it.
They think just because they use my name, I should be. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, they're right. I am gonna buy it, but that doesn't mean I'm. But yeah, like I said. But anyways, besides all the legal controversy with
But
Nintendo's history,
it's like the idea of separating the product from the creator.
that's like that. I mean, if you want to talk about purchasing things from fans, look at Marvel. Anyways, as I was saying,
Controversial.
hmm, I mean, of course, Pokemon, with different video games and things that have come out from it, it's come a long way to be where it is right now. Especially with a new video game that has caused Nintendo a lot of headache with legal trouble, Pal World.
Yep. Pokemon with guns,
That's all it is.
and it's
And
it,
all the design.
it's like Pokemon and like Ark Survival Evolved had a baby.
It's funny because it's like the creatures in the game, the pals, they do look like Pokemon, although all of those designs are completely original.
Yeah, they are, but I've heard like some controversy of like how they're like based off of AI generated art pieces. They use AIs for like inspiration, I guess. Which a
I
lot
mean,
of
if
people,
the des-
which a lot of people were mad about for some reason, which I don't understand.
yeah, I mean, yeah, if the design isn't completely ripped off of the original piece, I mean, you sh-
Even then, who cares? It's AI. It's not like there's an original artist for it.
yeah, it doesn't matter.
It's like, why do people care? Why do people care so much whether AI is used in something or not?
And the funny thing is, a lot of people looked at this announcement and were like, "Dang, Nintendo was sweating in their boots. They had to release a new Pokemon game ever since Pal World." But I'm gonna say this now. That's not true.
No.
Nintendo has games planned years ahead of time by that point. So they were planning that. They were probably planning this game like 2 whole years ago.
Hmm.
But even then, I mean, then uh, Pokemon is a really awesome franchise from the games to the cards to the anime. I mean, recent anime in recent times. I mean, I haven't really watched any of it, mainly because I never really. I mean, not to say I never enjoyed
You know
the.
that I am an anime fiend, bro. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I know.
yeah, it's unhealthy sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to stuff
I
that
make up
has like,
for it. I make up for it by being a powerlifter though, so it's okay.
yeah, I mean, when it comes to the contrast of video games and anime, I'm more video games.
I'm like a good mix of both. Like I'll spend hundreds of hours watching anime and then spend hundreds of hours playing video games at the same time. Then I'll go on to spend hours a day at the gym at the same time. It's a good
Just coked up,
balance, very good balance. Live in the
coked up on
Discord, live in the Discord mod life while also live in the gym rat life.
coked up on ketamine throughout all activities. So,
Chugging three monsters before fighting an Elden Ring boss.
but
Having
yeah,
heart palpitations while deadlifting.
all orifice of your body are just bleeding.
I go for a 800-pound deadlift attempt, even though I can barely get 405 off the ground.
Yeah, looking like Machamp or Machoke. And like I said, with all of these, with this new Pokemon game in mind, seeing all the cool Pokemon games that have come all across the that have been released. Hold on a second.
Damn, we're really taking a lot of breaks, huh?
Anyway, sorry. Now, like I said, Pokemon games evolving as they are, even like the Pokemon themselves, we see it from like say if you compare Gen 1 to how it is now, and like I think it's like Gen 7.
Hmm.
For me, I'm a Gen 4 guy. I love Gen 4. Generation 4 with all those Pokemon is my shit. Gen 4, that was Pokemon Emerald, Ruby, and Sapphire. With the three legendaries, Rayquaza, Kyogre, and Groudon. Legendary Pokemon of the sky, legendary Pokemon of the sea, legendary Pokemon of land.
You see, the only Pokemons I know are Pikachu, Mewtwo, Mew, Squirtle, Charmander, uh, Charizard, Charzillion, I think, whatever the fuck.
Charmeleon, yeah.
Charmeleon, um, Pichu, Raichu, um, Arceus or whatever that god Pokemon is.
Arceus.
Arceus, yeah. Vaporeon, Flagoleon, Eevee. Um, yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I can't exactly remember all Pokemon names.
Oh yeah, Beedrill, Machamp, Machamp, and so on.
Yeah, I can't exactly remember all Pokemon names.
That'd be
I can remember,
impossible.
yeah, or at least the ones that I've seen. Because in Pokemon Emerald, for I love Pokemon. I'm the best Gen 4 video game ever. I always picked Trico. With each installment of new every Pokemon game, there's always three basic starters you can choose from, with a grass type, fire type, water type. For me, I mostly chose grass type each time, but grass type is normally weak to mostly every other type. But that's just how I roll. I love Trico because, well, for one, he's a he's a gecko. And on top of that, he just had a great appeal to me. He also had Torchic and Mudkip, but those two, not my style.
Hmm.
But of
Pokemon, very
course, you have,
cool.
huh?
Pokemon, very cool. Sorry.
Yeah, I know you can't add much to the topic.
Yeah, sorry.
That's all right. I mean, you've watched the Pokemon anime. You've had at least
Not the
the.
whole thing. I've seen like maybe 15 episodes from it, if that. And that's just like a random guess, because I watched it when I was like 9 or 10
Which
or some
Pokemon
shit.
anime though?
Ugh, XYZ, I think. I don't know. The one with fucking it was a newer one. Well, back then it was the newer one. It didn't have the original crew. It had fucking. You know what? Let me see if I can find cover for it real quick. We'll send in the
Alright, then.
Discord. Hey, give me 1 second. Alright, I'm sitting in the Discord right now. Right now.
Alright.
Okay. Yada yada yada. What? Why isn't it letting me? Oh, here we go.
Knew it.
Let's see here.
Alright,
I sent in the memes chat.
Like that.
Excuse me.
Memes. Oh yeah, XYZ.
Yeah,
That
was a good one.
That's the only one I've seen.
Wait a minute. Hold on, I fucked up my generations.
I mean, I wouldn't know.
Hold on, Gen 3. Yeah, Gen 3 is the one I played. Pokemon Emerald. Gen 4 was Diamond and Pearl. Those games are still good though. Diamond and Pearl.
God,
They had the
what's with fucking Pokemon and like naming their games after rocks and stones and precious gems?
well, that was only the, like Gen 3 and Gen 4.
Hmm.
Then you also had Gen 1, which was, like Pokemon Red, Green, Blue, and Yellow.
Oh yeah.
Then you also had Gen 2, which was I think Gen 2. I have a feeling I know what it was. Gen 2.
Oh,
Let's see.
fuck, hang on. I forgot. I was gonna tell Terrence when we were recording so he could join in if he could.
Oh shit.
Shit, I'll tell him real quick. There's no guarantee you can join though. Just like if you can.
Yeah. The gold, silver, and crystal is Gen 2. That makes sense. Gen 5. Oh yeah, that was black and white. Gen 5. Gen 5 was it was really good, honestly. That introduced a lot of good Pokemon.
Hmm.
We had black and white, which had what was it, Reshiram, and I can't remember this guy's fucking name.
Hmm.
The legendary Pokemon. With each new installment of a different generation, had at least 2 to 3 different legendaries. With Gen 5 you had, what was it? You had Victini, Reshiram, and God, what was it? Zekrom, that's its name. Victini, Zekrom, and Reshiram. That's what.
Hmm.
And of course, along with a lots of other different Pokemon, legendary Pokemon introduced throughout different generations. Pokemon in general is just definitely one of the better video games from my childhood, mainly with all, with all the different video games and even Pokemon cards themselves. I used to collect those when I was younger. Then I went to collect on Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Now I collect Magic the Gathering cards. We got a lot of them.
Yeah, I used to have a couple Pokemon cards. And that Marcus has a stack or two, I think. No, why did I have to see that?
What?
I like opened up Reddit for a second and I saw a not okay meme.
Oh, God. That is not good. Not good at all.
Not Gord. This is definitely the podcast of all time.
But yeah, and going from different generations, you also have the Legends games. Like you had Pokemon Legends Arceus, which I think not exactly sure if that was the that was the first installment of Pokemon Legends video games. But I could tell it did really well. And now with this new one, it seems like the Pokemon Legends video games are going to be like story-based kind of blasts from the past with different timelines and like how they operate.
Hmm.
Because in the timeline of Pokemon, there was a really big war that happened. It was a great fall that pretty much destroyed a lot of the planet. And now in this new game, they're it's going to take place in an area called Lumios City,
Hmm.
and they're rebuilding everything. And uh, Lumios City was a location in previous games, and from what I could tell, it's the biggest city in Pokemon. So with everything in mind, it's got everyone excited. People are so hyped about it. I'm fucking hyped about it. I can't wait to see what happens.
Hmm. Sounds
I
really
watched that.
cool.
Yeah, there was a direct for it. Nintendo Directs, when they do reveal certain things, they can get exciting. Unless it's another Fire Emblem character for Smash Bros. Like, yeah, there's like 10 of them. You don't need them, man. Introduce more Pokemon while you're at it.
Hmm.
I want to see more Pokemon in Smash Brothers. Morty. But anyways, touching on this topic, I go ahead and Hawaiian Punch.
You say random fucking shit sometimes, man. Jesus.
I'm drinking Hawaiian Punch though. I was eating Captain Crunch and drinking Hawaiian Punch.
Kill yourself. Okay.
So, anyways, I wanted to touch on that a little bit with Pokemon and new game announcements that I'm really excited for.
Hmm.
Now, let's go ahead and move on to something else that let's what was I saying?
Oh my
Hold
god.
on. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought anyways.
Oh my god.
With newer video game announcements coming, of course, there's not one that I'm like particularly excited for, and not exactly one that I'm like uh, that I have much interest in, but I know you do. The Elden Ring DLC.
We talked about this already.
Yeah, I know, but it's more or less just kind of different announcements that I'm looking into, rather than like saying favorite video games.
Yeah.
I know we already talked about it, but I just want to touch on it a
We
little
talked
bit.
a lot about video games last time, like a lot.
Yeah, I know, but that's not what the main focus of the video is going to be. Right now, I'm still going to talk about like stuff from the previous subject, but I'm just going to mention this right now because I want to say something about it.
Continue.
Because I saw that you could pre-order it on the PlayStation Store for like $40.
Yep.
Or you could get like
And people who pre-order it get it a day early.
yeah, I know, and there's also like a package deal that you can buy the game, Elden Ring, and the DLC itself for like $80. It's not a bad package deal if you
And
ask me.
there's the collector's edition where you get like some cool Elden Ring merchandise along with the DLC, and it's like $200,
Yeah,
which is pretty
I
cool
just
because Elden Ring merchandise from like FromSoft is usually pretty high quality shit.
you are you actually able to get the actual Elden Ring?
That's funny.
Make it how it actually was.
I mean, someone probably makes
Oh,
some bootleg versions of it somewhere, but no, it's more like live creations of weapons and shit and like helmets.
Exactly.
One ring to rule them all. You get? I'm guessing you don't get that reference.
No,
Ah, not a Lord of the Rings fan, huh?
no, never seen it. Don't plan on seeing it.
What? All right, we're watching it. We're watching it.
It's not my cup of tea. Not a big fan of like shows like that.
Well, it was a book series, then it became a movie series. We're
I
watching.
don't read books either. You know this.
I
Well,
know you don't,
fiction
but we can
books.
watch the movies.
Wait, Lord of
We're
the
what?
Rings. Okay, I think
You
I have.
want me to watch Break? You want me to watch Breaking Bad? You're gonna watch Lord of the Rings.
I think I have seen Lord of the Rings actually, but I was like really, really, really young.
We're still watching it.
Hmm.
Then after that, we're gonna watch the Harry Potter franchise.
Okay, maybe. Okay, Harry Potter. I don't know about that.
Why not?
Don't. Well, cause I've like I've seen some of it, and it's like from what I've seen, I just don't like stuff like that very much. Just not my cup of tea, really.
Stuff like what? Fantasy?
Yeah. Well,
You like Elden Ring though?
well, yeah, but that's different. That's way different.
I don't like casting spells.
I don't know how to explain it.
You would not want to be welcome into Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry.
I think I figured out what it is now. It's the fan base that drives me from watching it.
What's wrong with the fan base?
You don't.
Oh, I know. You know,
Fucking. It's like.
there's always going to be cooped up areas of certain fan bases.
Except the entirety of the Harry Potter fan base is cooped up.
You should tell that to the MHA fan base.
Why do you think I stopped watching MHA?
You could still disconnect the fan base from the franchise.
Yeah,
Still
but
enjoy
it's
it.
really hard when a lot of the popularity comes from the fandom. I don't know.
I mean, that's true.
It
I
just
mean,
makes it difficult watching it without thinking of, like the fucking. Yeah, I don't know. It's a personal thing. I don't know how to explain it. Just never been interested in stuff like that genre of stuff.
I just hate just hates the fan base.
Well, it's not. I don't. I can't explain it. It's just like I just like don't want to. It's just like I don't want. It's just like I know no wanna.
It's like the fan base of Breaking Bad when everybody actually went into a cooking mess and then getting arrested.
No, Breaking Bad is way different. The fan base for Breaking Bad is just funny. Like
Yeah, I know.
Walter,
Do you want to build a man?
Put your dick away, Walter.
I'm not having sex with you, Walter. Do you want to build a meth lab? Come on, Jesse, let's go outside and cook.
What do you think are some like overrated shows?
Ooh. Now let's shift into this topic. Overrated TV shows.
Stuff that's like truly overrated. Like
That's a tough one,
not like
honestly.
things like Breaking Bad or like Better Call Saul or like shows that are like actually are worthy of the ratings it gets.
I'm not quite sure because I mean, when it comes to TV shows, I can only judge it on stuff based on what I've seen, because I could judge, like, say, the Harry Potter franchise for what it is because I've seen it, but I can't judge, like, say, uh, I don't know, like, say, yeah, just Breaking Bad because I still haven't seen it.
Hmm.
I can only really judge and give my 10
Wait,
cents for something if I've seen it.
you know, actually, I feel like I think that's a really fun idea. We like take shows we've never seen and just like judge them, just based off face value, instead of judging a book by its cover, we're judging a show by its cover. That could be really funny, actually.
Not a bad idea. Let's put this in our back pocket for another episode.
Yeah, when we got Terrence or Mac
What?
on.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But yeah, show over actual overrated shows.
Well, yeah, from stuff that you've seen.
For me, one of them is probably Stranger Things. That's probably one of them for me, cause I've seen, I don't remember how many. I think I've seen. I tried watching it, and I watched.
I've seen the entirety of the show.
I've watched 3 seasons, I think. If there is that, how many seasons is in Stranger Things?
4.
I think I've seen 3 seasons, and honestly, kind of mid. I mean, I like see why people like it, but at the same time, it's like it's just like an okay watch. It's like one of the most
I don't,
mediocre watches. It's not. It's like not. It's not. It's not bad by any means. It's just like not extremely good.
understand. I can understand that opinion because it's not exactly a show that immediately would get anyone's attention. But once the show started and, like, say, the first and second season were kicking off, it, like, bursted into popularity. People absolutely love the show, mainly because the whole 80s theme of everything that was going on, because the show takes place in the 80s. And on top of that, people, uh, well, mainly at the time, people were using Netflix. Netflix is a streaming service a lot. And Stranger Things actually lost a lot of funding and popularity, mainly because of other streaming services being, more used over, say, Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix is like starting to fall off a little bit.
Yeah, just by a certain amount. But anyways,
Mostly because it doesn't have any of like the super good shows. Like, well, I guess recent new shows like The Boys or like the newer Walking Dead series or like fucking what's it called? What's it? Or like stuff like the Last of Us series,
Good.
stuff like
Good.
that.
Good.
They don't have any of like the big series.
Good. Um,
well, they got Breaking Bad.
Well, yeah, but that's different. Breaking Bad is like an older series. It was out before streaming services were really a thing.
Yes,
So
I can imagine Walter White in
now,
the.
Better
I can
Call
ima-
Saul, on the other hand, that was
yeah, that
out.
can't. That
That
was
came
like a
out really recently, like a
yeah, like
year,
back
couple years
2021
ago.
or something,
Actually, I
2022.
think like as soon as last year, like early last year is when it finished. I think.
Yeah, I can imagine Walter White in Stranger Things. Jesse,
And
we
even
need to
then,
watch the never-ending
that's
story.
that's actually a show I think is like kind of overrated because I've seen it 2 times and I'm actually on my third watch of it, and I think it's really good. I think it's definitely a very good show,
What,
but
Better Call Saul?
a lot. I think a lot of people say that a lot of people say it's actually better than Breaking Bad, and which I think is completely just like nah, it's like no. Like I think is I can say this because I've seen, and like by no means is it bad. It's one of my favorite shows actually, Better Call Saul. But the fact a lot of people say it's like equal or better than Breaking Bad, like just no. I just don't, because I think it's like the pace of it and just like the way they do the storytelling and separation of those two stories that are being told. It's like super boring at times. It's just like hard to keep. It's like hard to stay for the good parts. It's just hard to watch through the slow parts to stay for the good parts. While Breaking Bad didn't really have any of that. Breaking Bad was like full pace the whole time. Everything in the show was relevant at any time. While in Better Call Saul, it felt more slow. Even though they're about the same. Even though they both have they're both around the same length. I think they're both around 6 seasons.
I'd say that's fair enough.
And I've seen Breaking Bad like 6 times, so.
I mean, I still haven't watched either show, but yeah.
Yeah. Also, El Camino is also a really good one. The fucking Breaking Bad movie, El Camino. Everything that Vince Gilligan or Vince Milligan, I forgot. But anything that dude creates is usually really good.
Yeah, I mean,
He's a very good writer.
when it's come to like say things that I've seen, I don't think I've ever thought anything was overrated, mainly because when it comes to like say appeal with things, I stay on the more positive and upsided side of different things, and I try not to critique too much.
You're
But
a very positive dude in general. Sometimes it gets annoying.
yeah, honestly, I mean,
you're so positive and it's like unnecessarily sweet that it makes my fucking teeth hurt.
eh, yeah, I mean, when it comes to my brothers and I, we fight, we yell at each other though.
Yeah, that's different though.
Yeah, it's just sibling love, you know.
Yeah. Are
You
you really
break your bro.
sibling? Are you really siblings if you haven't smashed your brother's mouth on a coffee table before?
Sisters be like, what? How would you? Why would you ever do that? Meanwhile, brothers, Scar, brother, help me. Long live the king. That's like when you're being chased by a school bully up the ladder on the jungle gym, and your older brother's right there. He's like, help me. And you just kick his ass off.
It's like the idea of no one messes with my little brother but me, or like
Yeah,
no one's gonna kill you but me type of deal.
no one's gonna kick your ass but me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Anyways,
the only one allowed to bully him because I have to live with the little fucker.
yeah, that's true. I feel like that's the reason why my brothers are the only people who can actually imagine. Anyways, so like I said, like when it's come to like trying to say something's overrated, I think I've thought that a lot more when I was younger. When I was younger, I was a lot more negative and like edgy, mainly in middle school.
Yeah, I'd agree slightly with that. You're
That
also
was, that was
blunt as fuck. Actually, you are still kind of blunt, but you've gotten
yeah.
better about
Sometimes
that.
yeah. I mean, well, when it comes to being blunt, I'd rather label it as honest.
I don't know of that.
Or
Is
more
it
or less that
really? Is it really honesty if you just tell someone something without being asked for it? Like,
that's a fair point. I mean, if for
I think you know the time I'm referencing when I say that.
yeah, I know what you're talking.
Yeah.
But I have a better control on that. I get
Yeah.
that for a long time I've spoke with no filter. I got it. I get
Long
it.
time, you still don't speak with the filter.
I try to do better on that because I
You be talking
realize
about
saying
fucking butt chugging fentanyl while we're in school. Like you literally talked about school. Like you literally talked about shooting up the school while we were at school before. Also, that's a joke. He's not actually gonna do it. We're just joking around, by the way.
for legal
reasons.
purposes.
For legal reasons, yes.
You got to be like so
That's
good.
a
But
joke.
my
It's a
client,
joke.
my client will not be answering any questions today.
Yeah. Like you have like it's like I'd honestly debate that you have less of a filter now.
Really?
From what I could, because since we're older, we have a lot more. Well, I wouldn't say mature humor, but like, raunchy, I guess, could be the way to put it. Messed up, maybe, I guess, humor that we
That's
used to
fair.
have. We have a lot more knowledge of the world, so we can make a lot more fucked up jokes.
Yeah, because I mean, humor itself is a reflection of life.
Yeah, but it's
So
like,
there is no limit to humor, even how fucked up it is.
yeah, it's like our humor has gotten more fucked up as we got older. And I think that's why it seems like you have less of a filter
I don't know. I feel like I have a better control on it.
Yeah, it's like you know when is proper and when's not. I mean, to be fair, you were talking about fucking like balls, like testicles in front of my mother. So, like no joke. Me and him, we like we went up to these mountains, and he was talking about like what was it? What were you talking about?
I honestly can't remember.
It was something about scratching your nuts or some shit. It was something like that.
Did I really?
It was like talking about how itchy your nuts were or some shit, and my mother was like right in the front seat. Was in the
Did I
front seat of the
really
car
say
we were
that?
in. Something like that. It was something. It was something about your nuts.
Oh god,
Something like that. And I had to say, "Rude, shut the fuck up."
that sounds.
Yeah, in front of my mother. Like Jesus.
I present you.
Hold on a second.
All right. God. But then
This is
again,
what would
having
have
no
happened.
filter is also really funny at times.
Yeah, I mean, I do realize that sometimes I do that, and sometimes I feel like at certain points I feel like, hey, I want to be more sociable. As I got older, I realized I was pretty antisocial for a while.
Be
I want
more
to be more
sociable.
social.
Go on episode and say, "Hey, do you want to sniff my nuts?" Like Jesus.
Well, not because of that, but I don't know.
I
Like
know.
anytime I'm like saying in a classroom, I kind of feel like, why am I not saying anything? Sometimes I feel like, because when it comes to like certain areas, I don't know, I still feel a bit socially anxious, but not to the point where it's like when it comes to like social anxiety, certain people are kind of like it's more or less a kind of idea.
Dude, if you consider yourself socially anxious, and do you consider me a fucking recluse? Like Jesus. I've
But
seen you
well,
have full blown conversations with people on the lunch line at school, like people you've never met before. You'll have full blown
yeah, I know.
conversations with them. I'll be like doing group work, like being group work in school. Hell, I won't even talk to you at in the fucking lunch line because of like surrounded by people. I like be like too embarrassed to talk. Like, come on, like Jesus.
Yeah, but what I mean is like a different contrast to what
Yeah,
social anxiety is. For most
yeah.
people, like say saying a certain thing, people would not want to be looked at as like say an idiot. Like say in class, if you raise your hand to answer a question, you get it wrong, you might feel stupid for answering it incorrectly.
Couldn't be me
Sometimes
because I always answer the questions right if I raise my hand.
sometimes I will admit sometimes I do like get that feeling on certain points, but I still answer the question anyways, and I usually always get it wrong, so that
Oh,
doesn't bother me too much. But what I mean by social anxiety is not for the sake of like say, oh my god, there's too many people. It's for the sake of like say I'm not close to the person. Not like emotionally, but not like sitting too close to them. Like say if I'm sitting right next to somebody, I'll actually feel a lot more say calm.
hmm.
If people are actually too spread out from each other for me, it's kind of like
Oh my,
dude here.
dude, it's the exact opposite for me. If they're like close up, I like ill no, but if they're like spread out, it's like oh thank God I got space to breathe.
For me, I mean, it's not for like say space to breathe because if I am to like say close to somebody in proximity, I will most likely get sick.
You're
But
just face to face with them.
just forehead to forehead, nose to nose,
Yeah.
just like a staring contest, just like bloodshot eyes. Hold on.
You stood a fucking line of coke before.
Anyways, as I was saying, because when it comes to like say a proximity of people with me, I feel more comfortable because people surrounding me. That's why I like certain like say like group projects in school.
Bro,
It's
I
a bit
fucking hate group projects in school.
because well for me it's kind of like the idea am I going to be the only one who's like doing work because I don't want to do all the work because by that point everyone's just going to probably be like a little too lazy to at least engage with everybody. So here's what I like to do when it comes to group projects. Anytime I've had a group project, at least in recent years in high school, I've realized that I can at least like be like say the one who interacts with everybody and is like, all right, so what kind of tasks are we going to assert to everybody else? Like, say, when it's a PowerPoint presentation or like a Google Slides presentation, I realize with projects like that, I've went to a certain point where it's like I'll make the PowerPoint or the slides, and everybody can get their own individual slides that they design by themselves.
Yeah, you see, for me, it's the exact opposite. I either like doing my work by myself, or if I'm in a group work, I prefer doing most of the work myself. Like, I prefer doing all of it myself, because that way it's like little. I have to talk with strangers as little as possible, is my idea of it. And it's like, if I do it, I know it'll be done right, because most of the time I do a pretty good job on projects.
Oh,
But
yeah.
well, of course I still like. But of course it's like if the group wants to help, of course I like say, oh yeah, here you can do this, or like here you do this while I handle this, and type of deal. It's like I can be social when I need to. Like I don't have a problem talking to people. I don't have like a problem like interacting and like um working with random people. I just don't like to.
Mm.
It's like
That's fair. That's
sure I'm
fair.
anxious and like my stutter gets the better of me sometimes, but it's like I don't have a problem with it. It's just like mentally exhausting when I have to.
I can understand that. I can understand that. But like I said, I mean, when it comes to like say trying to interact with somebody, here's how I can put it into the easiest way. If I can hug someone, I feel better about myself. Even if I don't know the person, if I can give them a good hug, I'd feel better at being able to talk with them.
Hmm.
Although I've realized that's probably not a great approach.
And you just like you're like those fucking like 50-year-old women who like when they meet someone for the first time like, oh hello Sonny, give them a fucking just like hug a random person.
Yeah, but I've realized it's like say giving a stranger a hug that would just make them probably uncomfortable.
Unless you like have like a sign on you or like your shirt says free hugs or something.
That'll probably
And
make
they
people
like
not.
and they like go
That'll
on the
probably
hug
make people
first.
walk away.
It's only weird if you're the one going in for the hug first. For you
That's
specifically.
true.
For you specifically.
Yeah, it's like those guys who use "Wear My Hug" as a pickup line.
The super seniors.
It's oh god. Oh Lord, hold on a second.
Damn, you had to pause a lot this time, huh? Okay, who keeps opening my door and shutting it? Who the hell's there? That's weird. There's somebody in my room, I think. Don't know who. Well, yeah, for context, even though we probably said this many times before, me and Rune are both seniors in high school. For anyone who thinks that you know me, you don't.
Anyways, I'm back. So, like I said, when it comes to the idea of like being around, when it comes to being around people, I at least want to like be, more lenient with like say my attitude. Mainly because, well, for once, like say insecurity for me, it's the way I sound when I talk.
Oh yeah, you sound
Because
fucking retarded when you talk. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I've definitely mentioned this to you, like how my voice sounds like pretty monotone.
It's not that. It's not that monotone. I honestly say mine's worse.
And yeah, I don't know. It's just like say, when I talk, it's kind of like, yeesh. Like, man, is
You
that?
just have a very interesting vocabulary as well.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, yeah, because I do enjoy like getting loud. I don't have a problem like say being loud or talking. And it's not like exactly I have a problem with annoying somebody, because if you do find me annoying, all you need to do is tell me to shut the fuck up. I don't have a problem with that. It's more or less just kind of like say disturbing, like say disturbing or someone or making you feel uncomfortable. That may make someone feel uncomfortable. Then
What the
yeah,
fuck are
I
you
don't,
saying to people that it makes you feel uncomfortable? Jesus.
I don't say anything. I actually don't like say anything bad at all. I think I just kind of come off as like too too outward.
Hmm.
I'll just keep talking, and I think it just kind of irritates the person.
Yeah, well, at least you're conscious about that. At least you're a lot of the thing is you're better. Okay, the fact that you're conscious about it means that you're already better than most people.
I know, because I
A lot of
realize where I
yeah.
fuck up.
Sorry, go ahead.
I realize where I fuck up, and I know how to make those mistakes. Although sometimes I'm pretty lazy about certain things.
Well, yeah, but yeah, like don't worry about it. The fact that you're conscious about the fact that you go on and on sometimes is already better than 90% of people who like aren't aware of some of their flaws.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of people are absolute dumbasses and just like aren't aware. They lack self awareness sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a certain point where you need to realize just where you are and where you should lead.
The fact that we got to this is funny considering that the video that I want to make after this, if you have time, involves people who lack self awareness.
Or like a reaction video. Oh,
mm,
Reddit.
yeah,
Right, the Reddit stuff.
yeah, the stuff I have from r/nice guys.
Or slash nice guys. Tips Fedora.
God, it's like, oh, what do you think about people like that? People who will be like, oh yeah, I'm like a nice guy, and then they'll be like a woman will say no to him and be like, you stupid whore type deal.
Yeah, when it comes to when you put that kind of stuff in perspective, it's like like the word simp.
These people are like the opposite of, or kind of. These dudes are like
It's like a contrast with simp.
simps.
It's
I'd
like say
say
like
I'd say they're simps until they get told no.
yeah, like say you would say nice guy, but put nice in caps and put it in bold.
Yeah, when we say nice, we mean like those guys who will like call a girl a whore, but then swear that they're a nice guy,
Yeah.
or they're like send unsolicited dick pics and like I swear I'm a nice guy. Like
Like when you have to assure that you're a nice person, it's like
yeah, it's like nice people don't tell people that they're a nice person. It's like they show that through their actions, not by their words.
yes, exactly. And then immediately they do like some weirdly heinous shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, like when it comes to that kind of stuff, I mean, that kind of stuff can get out of hand pretty fast.
yeah. I've talked to one or two guys like that. Hell, I've talked to a girl like that before too. I think, and it was not the best experience. I honestly kind of want to get Mac on for a video like that. Not like this, not like the one we're making today, but like one in the future. Because I feel like with she'll I feel like she'd have a different perspective on it.
Yeah,
You know,
I have a feel.
cause I've noticed a lot of like people reviewing nice guy shit is like made by mostly men and guys and shit.
Yeah,
I rarely see them made by girls. So I feel like having one where like a woman shows their opinion on it could be very interesting for a video. To show both sides of it, you know.
yeah. I mean, I feel like if I were to spend a certain amount of time on the internet, I feel like I'd probably end up like one of those guys.
If you were to actively use Reddit,
Yeah,
because it may surprise you by his dashing looks, but Rune does not use Reddit.
yeah, yes. Yeah. I mean,
That's funny.
yeah. I don't. Yeah, I don't use Reddit mainly because I mean I've tried Reddit before, but it's not like and it's not like something I don't like because I've used it. It's like, yeah, this is cool. I've seen like PewDiePie do the Reddit review stuff. That stuff always looked interesting to me. That's what like wanted me to use Reddit. But I like use Reddit and then I'll not use it. Then I realize I see the app on my phone. I'm like, why do I still have this here? It's like social media in general. For me, I'm not much of a social media guy. I mean, I only
Now you're running, and now you're a co-owner for a fucking YouTube
yeah,
channel.
for a fucking YouTube channel, yeah. Because I mean, I've had like so many social media apps on my phone at one point. It's like I realize I'm just doom scrolling through like posts and like fucking TikToks, and I'm like, what am I doing? I'm spending so much time on this phone. I just uninstall all of them.
That happens to me a lot, but I don't uninstall it. I just like spend 3 hours outside, then I go back to doing what I was doing, or I
Not a
like
bad
go to the
idea.
or I like go to the gym or something for a couple hours, then I go back to doom scrolling.
Doom scrolls on TikTok, goes to gym, works out, hits new PR, goes back home, takes shower, eats food, doom scrolls again.
The average life of a fucking teenage dude.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys like
Yeah.
that, they need someone to just slap them in the face and tell them what they're doing isn't okay.
Yeah, because I've realized I've made certain if I've ever insulted or like say said something heinous, not on that level, definitely not on that level, but
Yeah, you don't want to incriminate yourself now.
what like when it's come to like saying stupid shit, I know where I go and I'm like, hey, sorry about that. Sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah, but when it comes to like saying stuff, I mean I mean everything that I say, other than like say I don't
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say you mean everything you say.
like
I wouldn't say
yeah
that.
yeah jihad bum.
Okay.
Yeah, but okay, yeah. Of course, I don't mean everything.
Yeah, I know. I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah, I know. But when it comes to like say certain things, like say jokes, yeah, just like jihad bum, send texts, stuff like that. Yeah, I'll make jokes like that. Like say like our group chat interactions.
Yeah, if those ever get out, you're spending the rest of your life behind bars.
I don't know about behind bars in like a real jail, but in the internet prison, yeah.
Your phone gets just thrown in like a little miniature jail.
Yeah, I'll be in internet prison, also known as Twitter.
Oh yeah, I made a SlapDash Twitter by the way.
That's
Made a
good.
Twitter.
That's good to update people on, everything. Twitter is a very big social media site.
Yeah, it's good to have one. Oh yeah, we have a TikTok too, so I'll link that in the description below. It's mostly advertisement stuff, but we'll start posting other stuff on it eventually.
I think you mean the social media site called X. It is no longer Twitter.
I said we have a TikTok now.
Huh?
I was telling that we also have a TikTok that'll link in the description below.
Yeah, I know. I'm just making a joke about the name of Twitter.
Yeah, I call it
Elon
X.
Musk, he loves that letter. X.
SpaceX.
Base
Bro was
X.
definitely a porn
Base.
addict at one point. He definitely jerked off the robot porn at one point.
Okay.
Am I lying?
Just it's just a Dalek from Doctor Who with fucking R2D2 from Star Wars.
Fucking
Exterminate.
fucking Samus with his suit still on.
God. Mega Man.
No.
Mega Man X Samus.
No. Samus with the suit still on.
Wait, did you say robots?
Stop. Please.
Did you say Elon Musk?
God, why? Why?
Did you say?
We did so well without sound effects. We're almost at an hour, by the way. Huh, wow.
Oh fuck. But you should also see the name of his son.
It's like something like that.
It's like an entire complex algebraic math equation.
It's just E.
Just Eve equals mc squared up above to the power of x minus 3 equal. It's like it's like a crazy math equation. It's like my first thought is like when he named his son that, he looked at his wife and said the entire math equation. That's what I
Yeah.
like to think about.
Well, at least that
Just
kid's
in
definitely never going to school.
just in the maternity ward when the in the emergency room when the baby was born. I just like to think about the idea of Elon looking his wife dead in the face, just spouting fucking random numbers and equations, and she's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Think about it, bro probably bought the hospital his son was born in.
Probably.
He probably owned the hospital his son was born in, more than likely.
I remember when he first was buying Twitter, then he backed out of the deal, then Twitter tried to sue him.
I don't remember that part. Well, all right then.
That was a whole ordeal. It was fucking hilarious. It's like they he says that he's gonna do it, then he backs out. Then Twitter's like, no, you have to buy us. It's
Pretty
like,
sure
what
Elon
the?
is actually Elon actually like is losing money from with X. He's like losing money from it.
Well, actually, X is actually a lot more worth than it was before when it was Twitter.
I
Funny enough.
I think that was after he fired a bunch of employees.
Yeah, but on top of that, it's like, uh, he actually doesn't, run Twitter. He owns it, but he actually isn't the one running it. Mainly because he also owns like so many other companies.
He does play a role in the algorithm shit though.
Yeah. And on top of that, like the whole subscription service was like Twitter Blue.
Yeah, I think that shit was kind of stupid.
Yeah, it's like Twitter back then they like to verify, like, say, celebrities on their website.
God, what am I gonna title this episode? Pokemon anxiety and Twitter. Uh, Pokemon anxiety, robot porn, and Elon Musk.
Sounds like a Goons episode. Fucking grilled cheesed hamster meat.
Japanese backflip tater tot.
Scoted students.
Stump. The stump.
Oh god.
Referencing Goons bits is funny.
I love their fucking bits. That shit is way too
Japanese
funny.
backflip tater tot. That was just so funny. Their Cards Against Humanity shit is so funny.
The fact that they just throw random words into
Bro, we
Google and
should
it
do
just
that for
immediately
a
pops
video.
up.
We should do a Cards Against Humanity for a video.
That's like a free browser game, right?
Yeah, pretty sure.
I'm gonna go and see. Cards
Pretty sure it
Against
is.
Humanity on.
You gotta find like
Wait
an
a
audio
minute.
version of it.
Florida.
Ooh, that's cool. Hold on a second.
Damn, haven't lit a lot, huh? I think it's time to call it, honestly.
All right. Yeah, so it is free on it's just like its own browser game. That's awesome.
Alright, well, looks like we know what we're doing for a video soon.
Oh, I really hope that we can invite Terrence and Matt.
That'd be fucking awesome.
That'd be
Well, we're
so.
at an hour and 4 minutes. What do you say? Think it's time to call it here?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Because
Alrighty then.
we still have another video we have to record after this.
All right. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us today on this episode of the SlapDash podcast. I am your host of the most, Rune, joined again by my very lovable co-host today, and now don't forget to use code SlapDash at w.gg for 10% off any purchase of any products at their store. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful day.
See ya.